So there are plenty of ways to gather emails through Facebook ads. You can boost a post in which you're gathering an email. You can promote the page and so people can like it and then maybe organically click on the sign up link I just told you about. You can send people to your opt-in page, or you could collect leads for your business, and you could actually avoid having an opt-in page. Now we'll put a link to the specific training you need to get if you want to go down this road, which is actually a better road, as people will skip the opt-in page altogether, and whoever clicks on your campaign on Facebook, on your sponsor campaign, in fact, you will just get their email address, the email address they registered a Facebook account with. So I will put a link. It's actually an external training program which I fully trust and I personally took, and I recommend it. It's not expensive and it's worth it trying. But let's just see the most common way. That is to actually send people to your website, okay? And of course your website will be your opt-in page. Now the first thing you have to do is, of course, I'm inside my ads manager. You can get it by clicking on here and click manage ads. Now if I click ads manager and I select all tools, there is this audience insights, okay, which I want you to click, and I open a new tab with it. And you want to select everyone on Facebook, okay? Now this is a very great tools to discover the demographics of who you want to hit. The big problem with Facebook is that people just do Facebook campaigns without any rationale behind it. And sometimes I'm just, why did you create that campaign? And people, students are like, oh, I don't know. But you cannot do this. You want to reach a specific target, okay? Now, for example, of course, you've done your keyword research and we have selected trading, okay? So let's stay consistent with trading. The first thing you want to do is that you want to put all United States as location. Of course, if you're building an entire business around the Spanish language, you want to go after Spanish-speaking countries, and of course you may want to put Spain, Mexico, or maybe California even, because some people are bilingual and whatever. Now the way you actually go after all this information, you want to keep this open because you want the research to tell you whether the majority of people are men or women, the majority of people are young aged or old age. And what you do is that you put interest. The interests are very important. So let's suppose we are into trading. We will start by typing trading or day trading. Day trading is a good one, okay? Then we type, well, let's see if trading, there is something, no, okay, so there is day trading. Forex was something we were interested in. And of course, if you're promoting, because by now you should have the products you want to promote on your page, okay? So you've gone to ClickBank and you know everything you want to promote. And you could try by putting here the name of the software, one of the name of the softwares you will be promoting, because of course you will be creating YouTube videos, blog posts, relevant posts on Facebook, and some of them will be some of those softwares reviews. There will be reviews of some of those softwares. So you may go insofar as putting the name of the actual software and see the demographic of that software. Now let's take a look at the page here. So all the people inside the United States that have expressed an interest in day trading or Forex signal, we can see that 86% of them are men. Okay, that's very interesting. We can also see that the demographics is quite large. I mean, in terms of age, I believe that the right campaign here has to include and has to span from 18 years old to 65 years old and more. But I would exclude women, okay? Why would you go after everybody when you know that 86% of your potential customers that actually are into day trading and Forex signal are men, okay? That doesn't make sense, right? So you just eliminate the women from your campaign. And I advise you to actually jot this down and to write this down, so you can build a targeted campaign. Now let's take a look at the page likes. Now we can see that people that are into day trading and forex signal also like these pages. For example, where Robert Kiyosaki, okay, Investopedia, Nasdaq Success Magazine, of course, they're all things related. Money Magazine, Bloomberg Markets, Investors Business Daily. You can see how, of course, everything is related, and you want to take note of this. You can see the affinity with the above mentioned page, and take notice of everything. Now let's take a look at the location just for the sake of it. All right, we can see that New Jersey, Kentucky, Tennessee, and Michigan are the regions that have the people that are most involved in trading and forex trading. We can actually see that that the ads clicked by these people are a lot, okay? So they actually do click on ads, and that's good for us. Now, device users, we can see that the majority of them use mobile, okay? So, and also desktop and mobile, and a very, very small percentage of them use just the computer. So you may decide to run a campaign both for the computer and the mobile phone. Okay, so that's very interesting. Now let's take a look at a household. As you can see, this is a very powerful tool, and please take your time, okay, in going through this. There is no rational benefit in jumping this, in skipping this, and then you have no idea what to do, how to actually set up your campaign, and you will end up being frustrated because nobody joins, okay? Nobody leaves you your email address, your products don't really go, and etc. Estimated income for US households based on survey responses and everything, okay? So you can see their earnings, their household size, okay? If I'm not mistaken, these people are mostly single, okay? They do have any card, bank card. This is how they spend their money, okay? Now, I don't advise you to get too precise about this. This is just interesting to get an idea of your potential customers. Now, Facebook is a great integration to the keyword tool and to ClickBank, because of course on Google you can see that you can check what keywords are looked for. With ClickBank you can check whether there are products about that, but with Facebook you can actually check what kind of people look for those things. Now, what you need, just to be practical, to actually run your campaign is the age, the gender, okay, and the page likes, okay. Now let's jump back to our ads manager, and let's see how we can run a campaign. Now we're going to click on send people to your website. Okay, we call the campaign trading sign ups, and we click continue. Okay, now what we do is rather simple, okay. We're going to edit the demographics, okay, because of course now I have my my audience. You will be able to save your audience and to be able to apply it later on. So of course, anytime you want to save your audience if your campaign actually reaches people, so you do not have to do the process all over again. Edit audience. Now, well, let's see if I can actually create a new audience rather. Now let's create a new audience, okay? First of all, we put United States of America, United States of America, United States as a country, okay? Why do we put United States? Because if you remember, we put United States here, okay? Now the age, usually this is a very broad age, but we saw that it's actually profitable, so 18 to 65 plus. But we're going to put men. We don't want women. Why is it? Because we see here on the demographics that only 14% of women are into day trading, forex, and whatever. Now the language is very important, and we put English all. Do not put English US, as you know there are expats in the US that they may speak British English or whatever, or they may be from South Africa, and so they have South African English. Whether that's different or not, it doesn't matter. But if they do have as language profile, as language on their profile, South Africa English, and you're only targeting people that claim to speak or read or write or whatever American English, well, you leave those people out, and that's the last thing you want to do. Now, detailed targeting, that's very, very important. Sorry. You want to put day trading, okay? We have done this before. Day trading, okay? And also you want to put forex signal. That's what we had put. Now, in this particular occasion, just notice what Facebook says. Detailed targeting, include people who match at least one of the following. We could actually narrow the audience, okay, and pretty much write the same keyword. So day trading and forex signal, okay. So anybody that likes day trading and forex signal, or forex signal and day trading. And we can actually go ahead and narrow the audience down and put the page likes. So what does everybody like? Again, Vince Reed, okay? So we narrow this further and we put Vince Reed. Maybe I just misspelled it. Vince Reed. Well, let's put Bloomberg. Interest. Okay. Do not put, you have to be careful to not put employees, okay? Interest is something here, and employers is another thing. So just put Bloomberg as interest, okay? Now, if you notice here, this little arrow, the best thing is to not have an audience which is too broad, but you don't want it too specific either. You want something in between. Now, this audience will always be, this arrow will always point, to the right, because when you do a campaign that is targeted for people from 18 to 65, unless you really restrict everything through interest, it's obviously very, very broad. You can see that with the budget that we now have, we're actually going to have to modify this with $20, okay, we can reach from 440 people to 2,500 people a day on Facebook, which is quite good. Now let's narrow this down further, okay. As you can see, you really have to take your time, be strategic, do not rush. Now let's see whether if I'm curious. And by the way, one thing that I should have, one important caveat I should have said is that this is not by any means an exact science, and it does take a lot of trial and error. I cannot tell you, do this, do that, and your campaign will be crazily successful, because I don't know what you're doing. I have no clue of the niche you're in, of your keywords, of your product, of your budget. things change all the time, so you really have to try. I'm just giving you an example. By the way, this example would prove to be profitable, and I know this for sure. But anyway, I believe now the arrow is, is specific enough. Again, I sometimes have this arrow pointing straight up. It's very, very difficult to do this when you're targeting pretty much everybody, okay? You can put some other interest, but you have narrowed this down a bit. You of course could save this audience and give it a name. I'm not going to do this because I'm not using this audience. You want to edit the placements. This is quite important. And you want to remove audience network, and you want to remove Instagram, okay? When you start, you want your ads to go on Facebook only. You don't want to waste your time and money on Instagram and everything else. If you get conversions, you can play around. Please remember that the first thing you want to do is to reach people on Facebook. Try the demographics, see if it works, and then you can just, go ahead and improve the thing. Now, please start from $5. I don't care who you are. I don't care how much money do you have. I do not care, what niche you're into. You have to start from $5. If you do not get results from $5, you do not in any way increase your budget. Because what increasing your budget does is giving you more of what you're already achieving, okay? Now, if what you're achieving is 0, you're going to get 0 multiplied by a number, which is still 0, okay? So don't get crazy. Don't say, well, nobody's signing up to my opt-in page. Maybe if I put $200 a day, I will reach more people and eventually somebody will sign up. Yes, right, you may get 2 people to sign up, but you pay $100 per person. That's crazy, okay? Now we have pretty much finished this page. Of course, I could save the audience. What we do is rather simple. We put the country, we put the age, we put the gender, we put the language, and then we put the interest. Okay. We unclick Instagram and audience network, and we just put Facebook, which of course you cannot unclick. And we set a budget of $5. Okay. Now, what I advise you to do is to just click single image. Okay. Now, this image mustn't have a lot of text. If you have never ran a Facebook ad, this will be confusing, but don't worry. Okay. Now, first of all, I'm going to copy and paste my squeeze page, and that's what you want to put in here. Okay. Now, since we have put this link, maybe some image will appear or something. What you want to do is to have a picture, a catchy picture created, and I will not teach you how to do this. I believe you're an entrepreneur and you have to delegate this task to Fiverr. Now, just for the sake of this, I will show you what I mean. You could have something like this for trading, okay? Just want you to see what the ad will actually look like. By the way, of course, now you can see that the page that would sponsor this campaign is my Look at the Stephanie page. That's my business page. Of course, you can click on here, a menu will appear, and you will see all of your pages. And you could select, for example, I could select Delicia Thorne. Okay, but I'm not gonna do it. I don't want you to see my other pages, but it doesn't matter. You just select your page and that's it. There is the headline. Now, as the headline, you could say something like download the free report on Forex. Again, I'm keeping things very, very simple on purpose. Now, you will realize that this ad has everything to do with your opt-in page. So of course, when you create your opt-in page, you have to decide what it is that you're doing. You have to decide your ethical bribe. Now in this case, I do not have an ethical bribe. I do not say click on here and download my free report. I just say join and then maybe I will email you. Okay. So in this case, I couldn't link, of course, this opt-in page to these ads and say download the free report, because there is no free report to download. So in this specific case, I could just say join and that I will email you. Of course, this is just an example. If you create a system, which I advise you to do with some kind of free report, which you can get done on Fiverr for cheap, and your opt-in page says download the free report in here, and you put this link in here, you will be able to say, if you click on the link, you can get a free report. You get the point. Now as text, you could write something, learn the best strategies to become a pro at Forex or something. Okay. Again, all of this, if you are overwhelmed, please remember that is absolutely normal. We're now getting into a tool which is incredibly powerful, but also it's not complicated, but it has a lot of features. So it's perfectly normal to take your time, do your experiment. You may get to this point and then you realize that you do not have a proper opt-in page. By all means, stop, go back and create another opt-in page. Okay. You do not have to rush through this process. Okay. Now the call to action that I advise you to do to get people to sign up is of course sign up. And here you can see that from learn more, it will be modified to sign up. Display link. Okay, I would put, for example, let's suppose your website is trading forex for heroes.com. Put this link, because otherwise, can you see what link is visualized with this online page thing? Right now there is instead trading forex. Okay. Now this is the ad as will be visualized on the mobile, and this is the desktop. Okay. And when you run this campaign, please notice that you will also get organic likes, because people will not only sign up, but they will also like your page. Okay. This is pretty much in. Okay. All you have to do is to place your order. They will review it, and then your ad will start running. Now let's talk practice now, because of course all of this, the thing is that I cannot know what niche you're in, and so of course this is an example which applies to trading. If you're into fitness, of course keywords are going to be different, the headline is going to be different, the picture is going to be different, and everything. But I feel I can give you some general advice. First of all, the pictures. If your picture has a lot of text and has more than 20% of text, your picture will not be approved. End of story, they will not approve it. So please, again, do outsource this task to Fiverr. If you're good with graphics, do it yourself. I do not care. But if I want to add text to this picture, I can just do it. For example, I can put a little sentence here, but most of the pictures, actually 80% of the pictures must be free. This is one of the main mistakes people make. They have this picture full of numbers, for example, full of text, and their ad is always rejected. And so you don't want this to happen. Now, another thing you do, well, of course, you can do a carousel of picture. You can do a video. You can also do a video. I urge you to try. I advise you to do it. The first time, do a picture, and that's it. Again, do try. So after you've launched this campaign, you can try another one. You can try with a video. You can try with a different headline. Split test things. One of the problem, if you will, which stops most people from doing things with affiliate marketing, is that there is no real ABCD process. I mean, when you create, for example, a Facebook ad to gather emails, there is no step-by-step process. There is in terms of filling out these forms, but what's your audience? What's the best opt-in page? What's the best target? What's the best headline? Can you see there is no real direct answer? You're going to have to try. Now, when you place your order, sit back and watch what happens with this. If you have hit your target, okay, so if you're getting, for example, I don't know, at least 5 signs up a day. Well, now we are spending $5, so I would say 10 signs up a day. By all means, invest more. Now, the more targeted your ad is, the more money you will spend, but the more quality leads you will get, and in turn they will hopefully turn into clients, into customers, into people that you will email from your automatic email system, namely Aweber, and you will, email them with your affiliate offers, and they will hopefully, buy from you, and so you will make affiliate commissions. Now, what's a good PPC, per click, or pay per sign up? I believe that if your campaign is highly targeted, well, you will spend about 50 cents per lead. You could go down to less than 10 cents a lead with some niches. Again, it depends. I'm sorry, but I cannot, guarantee that you will spend 0.007 per lead. This does happen in certain niches with not a lot of competition, as much as you could spend 50 cents to acquire one client. Now, try to keep things, I would say, around 20 or 30% you can gather. Again, how do you gather? You tweak and twist things. Try to add an interest to the page. Try to narrow or broaden your audience. Try with a different headline. Try with a different thing. By all means, take other courses about Facebook ads. I'm going to put some links. Of course, guys, I could spend years teaching you Facebook. I mean, there are people that get millions for coaching to coach you on Facebook. It's a very broad thing. This could be a course alone. So I'm trying to give you as much information as I can. This Facebook ads is a part of what we're doing. Okay, so the focus of the course is not on the Facebook ads, but I want you to be able to use this. So, of course, if you check things and you're spending $2 to acquire a client, well, there is something wrong. Okay, and you could be totally off the park with your audience, or it could be too much targeted, so you could broaden it up a little bit. Okay, so place your order and start gathering emails.